That's former President Trump getting a lot of loud applause lines. It started right from the get-go, right when he started his rally, right when he got into Kamala Harris's flip-flops on things like fracking, on gun confiscation. He also got big applause lines about the border crisis, and he got big applause lines when he said again, Kamala Harris, you've been in the White House for 3.5 years. Why didn't you fix it? Now, Trump is not a politician. That is clear from what you heard just now. But what he's getting major applause line right now is about the border collapse that happened under this Biden White House. Let's bring in from House Foreign Affairs, Congresswoman Maria Salazar. Congresswoman, it's great to have you back on the show. Your reaction to what you heard at Trump's first rally since the debate?
Everything that he's saying is true, and I think that we have to say over and over again that if the VP becomes the president, we don't have to wait until election day to see what's going to happen. We know exactly what she did for 3.5 years. She has given a horrible reputation to the Hispanic community. I one of a proud member of that community. Look what happened, 10 million people in 3.5 years coming in, people we do not know who they are, specifically Tren de Aragua, which is the Venezuelan gang that the president was talking about. We're talking about that the Border Patrol has allowed, or the Biden administration allowed, for a fully operational transnational criminal organization to come in and take over Aurora. But not only Aurora, Colorado, we're talking about New York. Tren de Aragua, which is the most violent Venezuelan gang in the history of the country, is running around the United States. How could that have happened? It's inconceivable. If we have the vice president to become the next president, we're going to have more of the same.
Congresswoman, your family fled communist Cuba. You've also won 4 Emmy Awards for your coverage of Latin America. So when you see and hear the radio silence out of this Biden White House about the border collapse that was really fueled and ignited by Biden doing nearly 100 executive actions to collapse it, why the radio silence from Kamala Harris about it?
Thank you for asking. I was on television for 35 years, and the American School of Journalism is no longer existent. It doesn't exist. Look what the the two anchors did to President Trump. Listen, it doesn't matter what you think about the guy. It doesn't matter whether you like the guy or if he's not going to be your marriage counselor. We only need Trump to run the country and to bring back the economic policies and the social policies and the immigration policies that he established. That's it. I am appalled, and I'm not sure if you know this, but Vice President Harris' father was a professor of economic Marxism or Marxist economy in Stanford. We're talking about that the vice president has been influenced since she was a little girl by the Marxist policies. I represent the Cuban Americans in the city of Miami. 4 million people who fled because of Marxism was promising paradise. And look where we are. And now she is a Marxist, and most of the country doesn't know about that. What? And that's why we're confronting November 5th, and that's why we have to be here telling everyone who's watching, be very careful, because once you go into Marxism, it's very hard to come back. Look at Venezuela.
That's right, Congresswoman Salazar. We admire you and appreciate you and your journalism and your service to America. Come back soon. It's good to see you.